Hi guys, good evening. Just give me 1 minute. I'm just sharing the link. Okay. All right, all right. Uh, Let me set up the chat. Hi everyone, whoever is watching. Hi Kamal, hi Praveen. So guys, today was really interesting day. I'll wait for more people to join in, and then we'll talk about. Uh, Hi Shravan. Thank you, Hybrid Movement. Hi Srini. Hi Jeremy. So guys, as choppy as we could, it was a very eventful day. Fed was pretty clear. I'm just waiting for more people to join in, and around 10, 15, 10, 16, I'll try to explain what Fed did and what happened after that. Hi, IR. Hi, Misi. Hi, Mr. Gulati. Survived Fed thanks to you. I was out before the Fed even started at 2, Falcon. So I'm trying to build a mindset to avoid all these events. I was reading, or not reading, in fact, I was watching a video on YouTube where a trader used to work in the NYC pit, and he gave an idea that whenever they have big events where Fed is speaking, they don't even look at the news. They don't even come to the Fed pit. They just wait, play cards, play bingo, and then come back once all the announcements are done. And that really helps them to trade. So that's what I did. I was out and then I didn't look at it. Hi, Swag. Why Fed messed up your day, Mr. Moment. Hi, Ganesh. Hi, Sridhar. Cool. So, guys, we have about 30, 35 people live. Thank you for joining in tonight. Uh, First thing first, we'll talk about uh, 1 second. I avoided the speech, although I did not know about the interview. Bad day for me. No problems. Like everybody has bad days, so don't get let down by that. Just make a note that these things happen, and if you're not sure, just avoid that day. All right, let me start with what Fed said and what is the next picture from here. So FOMC meeting came with 25 basis point hike, which I expected. 25 basis point was there. Second thing, the very first thing he said that the banks are stable, are safe. SIVB was one off. Third thing, and the most important thing, he consistently said, and I was trying to post that all those information in my Telegram channels, uh, that labor market is still tight and inflation is back. He also mentioned the end of rates for December, currently projected at 5.1% for 2023, 3 for 2024. This shows no rate cut at all in 2023. That was one of the bad things from the Fed. People were expecting really high that we'll have a rate pause or a rate cut. He said that we are not looking forward for a rate cut, a rate hike, but additional measures, if required, they will not hesitate to add another hikes if needed. If inflation is out of the box, then they will do some additional hikes. So as of now, 25 basis point is in, and I expect maybe 10 basis point to 25 basis point in next time if inflation numbers are not in line. If inflation is hot, expect this. Don't expect a 50 basis point, but between 10 to 25 basis point. I can think they will not hesitate to do this. Along with the rate hikes, they want to pursue balance sheet reduction or QT. Okay. Now, the 300 billion infusion which Fed did in the last week or so, they said it was one-off and they'll still continue to do their balance sheet reduction. So in all essence, what it means for the market, it means that the new money is not going to come anymore. The QT is ongoing. Rate hikes may be there, but not exuberant rate hikes, maybe 10 to 15, 25 basis points. The rate is not going away. So we do not, or we should not even expect a rate cut by the end. Rodney, it's not always like if it was zeros, it could be 5 basis point, 10 basis point. There are projections which have happened. That's why it was a rate between 5.1 to 5.45, because you can actually do 10 basis point to 25 basis points. Now, coming back to the point, what it means to the market. Market initially liked it, but all these comments were totally hawkish by Jerome Powell. Now, everyone is saying when Janet Yellen came and she said that the bank are in a difficult state and they are not going to take care of all the depositories and everything, market tanked. But why did the tech drop at that moment? Tech should have held because all of this was hawkish. People took a little time to understand that, yes, the rate hikes are not going away. We might have a potential one more hike. And this rate is going to sustain. Jerome Powell tried to give mixed signals. He said that I have seen food prices coming down. I have seen house inflation coming down, which is like about the 44%, but the service inflation is not coming down. Wage inflation has come down, but the labor market is really tight and the unemployment is really all-time low. And the CPI was higher than anticipated. PCE was a little lower. He was trying to justify, but it took some time for the market to understand that, and then they sold off. And exactly where it sold off, 4070. I'll show you on my chart. Those levels are there. We tested that and we got resisted one more time. So I think the downside risks are open, depending on any new event if it happens. If we lose the important area 3960 to, like, we close below 3995, which was the main pivotal point. Now below 3960 we can go really bad. So let's see how market will react. Also, there was a substantial dark pool in Apple after hours that was around $1 billion at around 157.80 price. Just keep a note in your like whatever watch list or things you manage. Keep a note of this. If Apple is not able to cross 157.80 in the morning. Okay. It's a prime set to buy puts. If Apple is struggling to cross 157.80, buy the damn puts. Last time I gave you example of Tesla, where 184 was acting as a resistance and 180 was acting as a super support in terms of dark pool. So since then it made 200. Okay, now it's back to 190, so I'll need to see where it goes. But if 157 is acting as resistance in Apple, make sure you buy puts. All right, so let me just start my daily scans. Anybody who has any questions, let me know. I'll try to address, and then I'll move on to my daily analysis. So in my daily analysis, let's look at inside days. I doubt we'll have, we still have inside days. AMAT is the only one which I would take. So I'll make a note of AMAT. AMAT. Then let me look at 1234 on 30-minute. There's no positive 1234. So I'll just try this 34 above and 12 down. We got Nike, Roblox. So they have negative 1234. So we have Nike and Roblox. It's daily. Guys, what I see next 2 days, I don't know. Nobody knows. Eric 1234 is the EMA which I use. So there is a scan which I have set it up. It's a very simple scan. Anybody who's new, you can simply go to Thinkorswim and add this study called moving average crossover. Put 1234 and time frame. You can use whatever you want. 1234 I'm using for 30 minutes because I wanted to see that right before the close, which stocks actually turned bearish. You can validate this on the daily basis as well. You can run the scan and you will see very limited ones. But because the 1234 is little, there is a gap. But if you look at the 30-minute, the time frame is short, you will give much more opportunities. There are about 9 of them. So I'm looking at Roblox and Nike. This is 1234. And let's see about any bullish candles. If I have like bearish candle patterns. So in bearish candle patterns, I'm looking at a hanging man, evening star, evening dodgy star. Dow Jones has one of them. And I don't think we need to look at the bullish. Okay. So Dow Jones, DIA. I may include Dow Jones now. EMA. I use EMA. I don't use SMA. All right. So let's start with ES now. I'll add Baba Abhinav. So ES, again, this is my chart. And look at the important things on my chart. This was the dotted channel which I created last time. That this is something we need to take care of. What exactly happened? 38.2, 4070. And that's what I mentioned in my Telegram community, that 4072, 4075 is a tough area to cross. Excuse me, to cross because it's a 38.2 Fibonacci level. And you see right here, we got stuck. We got stuck, and one more time we got stuck. Okay. TJ, where VR is you looking for inside canal with chart emulated or something? I do not understand TJ, your question. Can you frame it a little better? So now what happened is, this was a channel. The channel was broken in the afternoon, tested the resistance and failed. So this is a perfect example of a fake breakout. Okay. Now fake breakout. And what was the end result? We lost the 12 EMA, closed below this area. Right now we are trying our best, but now 3995. Again, we got rejected from 38. We will come down to 61. So in this case, 61 is 3915. And this area you will see where we have a lot of consolidation, 3960. This is a make or break area. If we lose 3960, like right now, there is still a potential to go inverted head and shoulders. If we come at 3960 and then bounce, and then at around 4050, we might complete. This is all think or swim. We can break out, but the possibility of happening this is really low. The downside risks are high. So if we lose this 3960, things can literally go bad. I don't have any support. So if I clear all this drawings, right, just look at the next area. Once I lose 3915, I will come back to 3860. I do not have any support anywhere in between. This 3915 has provided support multiple times. This red line which is coming has provided support multiple times. If we are not able to break up, we are going to definitely break it down. So this is the last wall which is there for bulls. If they can somehow manage to crawl above 3995 and hold it there, make a close above it, that's a good sign. Otherwise, we are going down. Okay. So net in ES, the mood is neutral to short. I want to sell on rise. We are like 16 points up. So I would like to sell around 3985 to 3995 area. And I would like to keep a stop loss of 4010. My first target is 3960, 3950. So it's a 60% chance. As I said, it was a fake breakout. Loss on the daily basis. It lost both 34 and 12. Lost 12 and 34 EMS support. So this is negative. On the bullish side, I really want to go long only if I'm able to cross this high, 4010. If I can cross 4010, only then I'm buying now. Why I'm not taking 3995? Because 3995 has been tested so many times that I don't trust it anymore. It can break down any time. So let it cross 4010 and I'll be looking to short. 3995 is my stop loss. Targets are same. This time 40. And possibility is 40%. So I'm more bearish than bullish at this time going into tomorrow and Friday. Again, 3960 loss can expedite the downside risks. SPY, like it's somebody asked about the SPY. So you see SPY again, same thing, 402 hit this line, 38.2 Fibonacci went down. Now where I'm looking at, this is a complete fake breakout, lost of 12 and 34. So if it comes to 39.95, I would love to sell. I would only go long above 397 if I have to, but I'm not inclined to go long. So The logic is same. Fake breakout, loss right here. This is down. Now sell below. Chart is right there. Sell if it comes to 394. Sell on rise. And sell on rise meaning that yes, let it come a little higher so I can short. Stop loss is this. I expect it to hit 385.15. And on the higher side, I want to try above 397. Stop loss, I will keep 395.65. TJ, that's your level. That's fine. Target will be 399 and 402. I don't see anything more than that. 399.2, 415. So that's about ES and SPY. And guys, I will start removing SPY from the list because SPY is similar to ES, almost like you just need to divide by 10. And you can use, I'll also share the script where you can convert SPY into SPX or ES into SPX and SPY. So I'm mostly biased towards negative side, downside, and I am now looking to sell on rise if it gives me an opportunity. NQ, same NQ fake breakout, hit 13,000, failed, made bearish engulfing, came to the base and then bounced right there. You see, the base is right there, but the momentum in triple Q is still better. So I would take a chance in triple Q to still go long, or in the tech will still go long with 12,700 as my stop loss. Yep, NQ and triple Q are same, but people have consistently asked me to do. So I'm still positive on triple Q. Buy above 750, 700, 12,900. So we almost came to 13,105. But let me just refine this target to 13,015. And right there. Tech is relatively stronger. So we might see. So you see, ES, I'm neutral to short. Tech, I am not going short. I'm positive to neutral. AMD is strong. Apple is strong. Microsoft is strong. Facebook is strong. Amazon and Google are also coming into the picture. Why would NQ go down? Like that's what I was trying to understand today. So if we come around 12,600, that's a good area to buy. So buy near 12,600 as well, if you want to buy. Sell below 12,600 only. If you lose 12,600, 539, 455. I don't think so. It's going to go lower than that. So 540 and 455. So tech is positive to neutral. ES is neutral to short. So I'm going to buy the tech and I'm going to sell the ES. But I will only sell tech once I cross below 12,600. Again, if the downside risks are high, I will prefer to short in the banks. I'll prefer to short in industrials. I'll prefer to short the weaker stocks. And if I have to go long, I'll pick up the strong tech stocks. Google, Amazon are my favorites at this time. Triple Q. Same thing, 314 was my target. It hit 314 and came back all the way to 306. Exactly point to point. See, I cannot have all the levels all the time correct. It happens because I have placed these levels and I do not change them every day. I do not create half an hour, 20 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute. If you go back, you will see that these levels were created way back in June of last year. And since then, these levels are there. And every time these levels are there, it gives me a very clean reference, a very crystal clear idea what I need to do. So right now I will try 306 because right now it's 307.50. I would love to go long only above 309. Buy above 309. Or I can buy the dip, same thing. Buy near 306 with a tight stop loss. Target is 311, 314. Yep. On the short side, once we lose this, 302, 299. So we have 302 from 50 turns to 2, and that's it. So positive to neutral. Now, guys, Apple was my area. So Apple did 160 last time and like 160, almost 2. It reached. AMD reached almost 102. Amazon did this one. CRM did 190. So all these have already achieved their targets. Now, what I want to do is I want to see what's happening with Apple now after the big dark pool. So Apple is right here, 157. And in the after hours, it's a little higher. So if Apple holds the market, especially the tech market, I am not going to fight it. That's what I'm saying. Tech is relatively stronger than the rest. So if Apple and Microsoft think that, yes, we want to hold the market, we want to go green, market will go green. Whether the market will have strength or sustainability, I don't know, but it will try to go green along with the Apple. So do not go with the bias, go with the price action in Apple and Microsoft. If Apple and Microsoft are not showing strength, it's better to do puts. If they're showing strength, better to stay with calls, especially in the tech stack. Go long in tech, go short in others. So 157.50 is the stop loss. And Apple is right there. Buy above 158. Targets are this. And sell below 157.50. Sell this. If it loses 157.50 or opens below that, it's a big sell because there's a heavy dark pool. So I'm going to add a comment here about the dark pool. It was $1 billion dark pool. And again, I have limited information. So whatever I have, I try to share. Please use it with your due diligence. But this is what I saw. So I'm still keeping it in blue color because I think it still has relatively much stronger presence in breakout. AMD, I'm positive. AMD since 86. Since 86, it has gone up. Today, it made a higher high, higher low, positive. Again, look at the Fibonacci level, 97.59, close at 97.58. If you look at QQQ, if you look at Apple, all those are exactly near my Fibonacci levels. So that's why I recommend people to use Fibonacci levels. They are brilliant. You don't need any fancy hunky-dory indicator. All you need is a nice Fibonacci level, and you can learn how to place those Fibonacci levels to make your trading much, much more meaningful. Now, if it holds 97.59, I would love to go long in it. So my stop loss is 97.60 where it closed. Either you can buy the dip at 95 because the 12 EMA is far. I think if market has to go up, AMD or Nvidia will show some super strength. So in this case, buy near 98. Targets are this. Back tested 23.6 Fibonacci. Or buy dip near 95. If it dips, buy that. Ron, you need to check a video for that because I made videos for the all the Fibonacci's. You can go through it. You will learn how to place all these things. Amazon hit 101 Fibonacci level, come down, roughly an inside day. If we take about the bodies. So for me, stop loss is yesterday's low, which is 98. I want to keep 98 as my stop loss in Amazon. Again, I will see if it gets a dip by near 96.3 if you get an opportunity. Do not miss it. Buy above 100. I will say buy up in the range 99 or 98 to 99. That's a decent range for Amazon. So Amazon has a potential target for this. CRM did 190, which was the last target. Now it did made a higher low. I think if we can get tomorrow, the 12 EMA will move a little higher. Hi Mitchell. So stop loss will become this one, and it's still a good setup. CRM, no change in the levels. We already did 190 today. Like if you see from last time, we did 190, 191. Last time we talked 2 days back. So here it opened. It went from 185 to 189 and 89 to 91. So this was the level we talked about. 85, 86, you buy, you go to 190, 194. So this level is still open, but I'm just converting this into normal green instead of blue, because it has done its job. And in fact, for Apple, like it has done its job, so I don't want to make special. ITSY, ETSY. ITSY almost came to 116. Now it's going below. There's a gap. I think 109 will be a good area to add ITSY if we can get the dip. So buy dip in ITSY. Okay. If we come 109, that will be really, really good. Because it's tried to break out, almost fill the gap right there with certain the low here was 114.82 and the high here was 115.30. So it filled this gap. So now if we want to try a position, 109 will be the good area. If we lose here, then that's it. Then we can go down much deeper. So sell below 109. I'm going to mention here. It has filled the gap of 114.80. Now sell below 109. And every comment which is negative, I'm marking in red. Every comment which is positive, I'm keeping it in green. Google did my target of 105 today. No, Google. It did 105, almost reached 106. Now this is the area where Google has faced resistance because it's a 78.6 Fibonacci. So if it comes to a dip, I would love to add it around 102.50. So I want to buy Google in the dip. If it gives me a dip, I will love to do that. 102.50, 103. Stop loss will be 100, 180. It's a massive breakout, and breakout like this will not go away from Google. So Google is a W breakout right here. It almost completed the length, got rejected. But I think if it comes down, it will have far better opportunities to go higher if market supports. And right now, if you look at the futures, we are coming towards 39.90. And if you look at both ES and NQ, they're both 0.5% up. And that's why I did not recommend anybody to carry any short positions, because you don't know. Let market digest. Let's see how they behave. So if we have a bounce, that bounce in tech should be respected. Then we have GLD, gold. Gold had a massive bullish engulfing candle. It covered this entire body from here. What it was doing is it was holding to break out. Gold is a little tighter in a range than it was last week. It needs to cross at 185. If it does, only then there's a point to enter into gold. Otherwise, there are a few gaps which have been created in gold, and I do not want to go unless we break out above 61. Once we break 61, I am all in gold. I'm thinking gold can touch 2100 to 2300, and it can actually reach by end of this year approximately 2800. So I'm really, really optimistic in gold, but it needs to cross that 185. So the level here is 185 and everything, so it remains there. I want to wait for the breakout. Meta, I really don't understand this company at all. It did the 206. It's consolidating right here in this range. I really want to short this, but every time it's like it's coming with this green line. It tests it and then bounce it, tests it and bounce it. So right now, if I have to short, I'll try a small short in Meta. And if I have to go long above 200. I do not want to. This was bullish engulfing. Bull engulfing. Reducing it to neutral. NVIDIA, I know. NVIDIA, nobody can short it. I really don't know what to do with NVIDIA. So sell here for these targets in Meta, 193 and 190. So we can go to 193, 25, 190.8. Go above 200 for 206. If you can cross 206, 30, boom, look at the targets. The next targets are nowhere here. So I need to go back and bring my previous extensions, extend to right. And I need to reduce these ones. So 202, if we can break 202, that will be really, really good. So here, go above 202, stop loss 200 for 206, which was the target, and then 206. After then we have 227. That's a massive target. That's Meta. Microsoft today ran, and Microsoft ran all the way to 280, made a hammer. Now it wants to break here. It's a 38.2 Fibonacci level. So if it reclaims 273, I will not go short on Microsoft. So Microsoft, I was trying to short, but I'm neutralizing it, and I'm canceling the short here, but buy above 274.50. If it does, 273 is the area. Target is 277, 281. And again, I will not be surprised if Apple and Microsoft hold the market. Sell below 273 for 266. Nvidia, I really don't know what's happening. This is beyond my expectation, but it hit 276 right the top of this channel and made a dodgy. Now, I really don't know what's going to happen, but if I have to go long, I will only go long about 269. I'm not touching Nvidia below 269. I am reducing it to neutral because you see about 262, go for 268, 275. It did 275. So the targets are same. By above, see again, you will see in my list, I'm not including any bank, I'm not including any industrial. I'm more focused on buying the dip in the tech. Because if I have to go long, I will go long on the tech. If I have to go short, I will choose something else. And right now, I'm not choosing anything else. I'm only looking at tech. Buy about 269, 265, and stop loss 275 is the first area of resistance. And let me go back and come here, 288 or 281. Extend to the right. Yeah. 281. 281. It is making dodgy. Sell below 265. I really don't know until when Nvidia will run. I miss Netflix. Netflix is really weak. Netflix is actually making an evening star. Broke below right here. So if we can come to 298, I will love to sell this. Netflix is first short. I want to also include Roblox into my short. Netflix is short. It's an evening star. Now Netflix, sell on rise. $297.98. Stop loss is 302. Target is, there are a few gaps on Netflix. We should aim for gaps now on Netflix because it has broken below. And if you see, it's also a head and shoulders on Netflix. So once we lose that 280 area, it will come down to 273 very easily. So Netflix is something, if you're inclined to short something in tech, Netflix, Roblox, Nike. Pritesh, all this is in my channels. I'm planning to do a educational session where I will cover all these one more time. I will post this and you can join on that particular day to understand. Because when I invite people, nobody comes in. So I'm waiting for a good audience so I can do a session. Target is 292 and 280. 292, 280 on Netflix. So guys, Netflix is something you should keep an eye. If you have to sell, do Netflix. If you have to sell, do Roblox. Again, Roblox got busted right from here. 44.75, it came down. Test here. Sell below. It's a massive bearish engulfing. candle. And one thing which is interesting, yesterday it was high and market did today high, but it did not make today's high. In fact, it made a lower low and a lower high, which is really negative. So Roblox is short, but goes short once it breaks below 42.50. Sell below 42.50. Stop loss will be 43.50. Target will be 40 and 37.50. That's Roblox. It made lower lows, lower highs, relatively weaker. Save all of them. Tesla. So Tesla did came out of this consolidation and tested 200, which was expected. Now it's hovering right in this range. So 190 above, you can try for 190 for 199 area. So buy above with a stop loss of 190. Buy above 190 or buy in the range 190, 192. Target is this one. And again, I'm going to give 50-50 on Tesla. Tesla was relatively weaker. Sell below 190. Stop loss is 192. Target is 187, 184. 176. So Tesla is neutral to neutral. There is no bias in Tesla. Does bearish engulfing need to have the high above? I prefer the body. I do not prefer the wicks. Rajiv Arora, nobody is going to come for a paid educational event. Nobody. People don't even come for free. I don't know why would they will come for a paid educational session. Last is DIA. This is which I wanted to include. I'm including DIA after a long time. And you will see a big, massive arrow on DIA. That's a bear flag. Massive evening star. So now I will show you how to draw these pictures, how to build those levels. Just keep an eye. The DIA was setting for a massive inverted head and shoulders, but it failed. Okay, let me just cancel right extensions, cancel this one. So this is a chart from this year. Okay, I'll go to my drawings. I'll pick up the tool, choose regression channel, go right here on the left of the screen to the bottom. Click here, extend to the right. That's my right. Then I am trying to see the resistance. So I'm going to draw because I'm expecting a downside move. I want to see where it can actually go down. So I'm going to draw from top here all the way to the bottom. I really want to see where it fails. Today it failed 324, 325 area, closed right this. So I want to sell this near 323. So DIA is short. Sell on rise 322, 323. Stop loss is 325. Target is 317.75 and 310. Evening star. And we need to do Baba. That was the only one. Baba. So Baba tried its best today. I think Baba is something, you see, it has not reclaimed the 12 EMA since it has come down from 120, which is again the Fibonacci level of 161. It has come down. Finally, it got hold of the 12 EMA, but it could not manage to sustain it. So if in this market, if Baba, right, gives you an opportunity to cross 8450, go long in Baba. If it comes to 80, you can try 82, 81, you can try long in Baba. But best is if it can cross 8450. That's Baba. Yes, TJ, tech has beaten down. So, yep. Uh, Coin, like it did my target, so I was not even watching TJ coin. Coin did hit 85, 87 area, and that's it. That was my target, 85, 86 area. It got rejected right now, and it loses the 12 EMA. Below 67, it can. I need to understand what it comes in that particular report. It got sued, but what exactly is the reason? What exactly is the make issue behind the scenes? I need to understand that. Right now, 64 is the area where it came in the after hours. So there's nothing much which is left in coin. At 64, I will not short this. I may do a contra trade at 64, may try along. Yeah, I may try it along. I will not do a short on coin at this stage. Thank you, Shavik, for appreciating me. I don't have such a large audience. I have very good genuine people, about 60, 70, who always come and participate. So thank you very much. Guys, anybody who has any questions, please let me know. It's 11 p.m. on my East Coast. So any quick questions I can address. I can share the Zoom link. 64, below 64, it's around 56, 56, 60. One second, let me just share the Zoom meeting invite in the chat. I'll go to MDB. MDB has a bearish engulfing. It should hold to 11. It closed right to 11 on the 34 EMA. So I think it will have much better. If you want to add it around 198 MDB. I do not want to add MDB here. I will not go short here. I will try to buy the dip at around this number. It should hold to 11. It closed right to 11 on the 34 EMA. So I think, can you mute yourself, Nisi? I get my echo back. As I've shared the link if anybody wants to join. Yes, Misi, if you want to speak, you have questions.
Yeah, just very quick. What's the thought process behind using inside day scan? What does it tell you?
You're asking me very basic questions. You can search on internet.
I actually read it, but I still didn't understand. Like, what kind of is it a bullish bias?
No,
I
it's both
just
ways.
read that it's a lower
See,
low.
I'll answer you right now, but it should not take more than 5 minutes to understand this in any way. So these are two candles. Let's call it this is current today, and yes, call it yesterday. Okay, this is yesterday's high, yesterday's low. Current day's high, current day's low. So, and this is the price candle, and then the same thing for the volume. Okay, today's like yesterday's volume and today's volume. Now, condition is if like yesterday, current day, tomorrow, if it opens above the high of this one, it's bullish. If it opens below the low of previous one, it's bearish. If it does one more, I can even T to it, it's gonna explode. Okay, so this is called inside day when your body is within the range of the previous day and the volume of today is less than the previous day. So if next day candle breaks above previous day's high or low, you follow that direction. Got that?
Yeah, that's very helpful. Do you consider a right at open or any time in the day?
It should open above it.
Okay.
That gives confidence. If it goes during the day, that's also fine. But if it opens above, that's really good.
Okay, sounds good.
And
Thank you.
most of the time, it's a breakout. So if let me show you an example right here. We had Tesla, right? Tesla had no, it's Tesla. 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 You see, this is consolidation happening, side to side to side, right here. Let me just point it. Right here. This is a candle, another candle, another candle. And once it broke out right above this area, it just went on. Anything else?
No, I think that's very good explanation. Thank you.
All right. Rohan, you have anything? You joined?
No, I am good. Yeah.
I cannot hear you. Can you speak a little louder?
I'm good, Naval.
You're good. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Vani, I am totally dumb on bio and pharma. You need to speak to me here. Yes, Pat. I even mentioned in my list, if you go back on my Twitter, you will see I had inside day breakout and breakdown. And I had these levels, and all those levels got hit. Any good book I recommend? There's nothing you can learn from the book. Try to do back testing of the data. Once you have back testing, only then you will have confidence. Try to create some dummy trades based on the logics you understand and see whether they work or not. And go back in the history for 1 year, 2 year and find those patterns and see what exactly happened with those patterns. There's no book, there's no money which can help you unless you are ready to spend time. All of you are either engineers, doctors, professionals. You spend 4 years in a degree. You have to spend at least few months in the testing of the data. Backtest your logic. Make sure that you are clear. Only then you will have a clear understanding. Otherwise, you will be confused. All right, guys. So thank you very much for joining in. I will be posting this information on Twitter. If you can retweet it, like it, I will appreciate you guys. And if you have not subscribed to my channel for alerts, do that because I tend to share all this information on Twitter. But if you want to get real-time alerts on YouTube, you can join. Tesla inverted cup and hold shoulder. Not yet. P-trade, not yet. It's not inverse cup and holder. It was inverted head and shoulders, but not yet. All righty, guys. Good night. Bye-bye. Take care. And one last thing. If you like my content, please share it with your friends. If we have more audience, I'll be more than happy. I do not monetize this channel, so don't worry about that. Thank you and have a good night. Bye.